that's Unicorn from the collection The Stars, which is all about the constellations of the night sky. Unicorn has been set by the ABRSM in their Piano Grade 3 syllabus for 2019 to 20. So I'd like to introduce you maybe to a few ideas of how you might teach or learn the piece. First of all, the unicorn is a magical creature, and we want to create a magical atmosphere with this piece. We'll talk a little bit about that later on. But first of all, getting down to knowing the notes. And I think it's a good place to start with the left hand, because the left hand has a series of 3-note chords which are played from the bottom up. And the first and most important one is C sharp, F sharp and B. This one also appears as D sharp, G sharp and C. And then we have another set of fourths which appears twice, which is all white notes, and this one is F, B and E. The only other thing the left hand has to play are 2 F major chords, one starting from a C, C, F and A, and then one just in triad position, F, A and C. So it's worthwhile getting to know all of those really well so that you can pick them out from anywhere you like on the piece and you can play each of them. Now you may notice that the D sharp, G sharp and C is also written as E flat, A flat and C. And the reason I have done that is because it makes the right hand easier to play without having to introduce F flats and double flats, so that's why it's different. Now, there are 2 sections of the piece where the opening chord, which I showed you, is played by both the left and the right hand. And it's good exercise just to get comfortable playing, then the right, then the left, and then the right. When they actually come in the piece, they don't follow exactly one after another, but will coincide at the end. The first one comes at the end of the right hand. Together, together. And then at the very end in bar 22, they come in one after the other. Together, together, together. So get very comfortable doing that as well. So that brings us now to the right hand. And the right hand starts high on the piano with A, G sharp and F sharp and drops an octave. When we have the same motif, but it's 1 note higher, and this is in bar 14 and 15, we start on a B, but we don't drop the octave, we go to D sharp. So be quite clear about those. There may be notes that the pupil at this stage is not familiar reading, so we want to get to be familiar and be able to find them from the score as well. And the rest of the right hand is basically just descending scale. So now we're ready to put all of this together. Just one point about bar 13, and when that comes again in bar 20, the right hand the first time has a C sharp, F sharp, B, C sharp, D, E. Then we have the same pattern in bar 20 but with a C natural. So as I said, this is a magical piece and we use the pedal. Legato pedaling is essential for this piece, and if you haven't learned how to play it yet, this is the perfect opportunity. The pedaling that is in the score is the minimum, and you can certainly change the pedaling more often if you wish. For example, if I start at bar 14. Change it here. Change. And change again. So you don't have to stick to the pedaling. You can do it more often if you like. The other thing that I think would be very helpful is looking at the two crescendo marks and the two decrescendo marks. There only are two of each in the piece, and making sure that you do them. So the first crescendo mark comes in bar 13. And make sure we grow through that, and then there's a similar one in bar 20. The decrescendo marks come in the sections with the C sharp, F sharp and B's. So we want them to taper off towards the end. And when we do the very final one, there's a molto rit, so we want to get really slow with that as well. And you can either leave your hands till the end of the bar, or if you want to lift and keep the pedal on, either is fine. So those are just some pointers, and I hope they've been of interest, and wishing you all good luck with Unicorn.